get to breathe. But there's an opportunity coming. And it's all about what you do with it. Listen.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to get started. Yeah, I'll catch you later, though.
Just the man I've been waiting for.
Oh, hey, I'm...
I know who you are, that's my job, but you don't know me yet. I'm Andy Kisner, Director of Player Personnel.
Nice to meet you, Andy.
Likewise. We're really happy to have you in the building.
Thank you. I'm ready to get to work, though. Love the culture you guys have here. I think it's gonna be a great fit.
Well, that's our belief, too. So look, we've got a lot to do today, so we gotta get moving. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Coach Carter!
Hey, Miss AK.
So, you probably already know this. It's not like you're a rookie or anything, but as Director of Player Personnel, I take great pride in making sure my players are taken care of on and off the field. Take a request, community outreach opportunities, travel plans, anything you can think of, I can help with it. I'm here for you.
Okay, bet. I appreciate it. Like I said, the culture here was a big part of my decision.
Well, it's not just me. It's throughout the entire organization. So let's get you into gear. We want to give you a chance to make sure you got everything you need for game day.
Thanks, Andy.
Of course.
Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the Cuban chain birthed most of chains in the game?
Yo, what's up, Sosa?
Hey, man. Just wanted to check in with you. How are you feeling? Excited to get to work?
Yeah, man. Fresh start's gonna be nice, but I'm ready to get to it.
You've got a golden opportunity, too. You might be a one-year deal, but they're gonna give you plenty of chances to prove it. You gotta be ready to take it and run with it.
Honestly, I just want to give the team the best chance to win.
Nothing new. That's what you do.
Appreciate it, Sosa.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Seahawks and the Steelers, and it's coming up next.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. A good throw right there. And Charles, this first preseason game is kind of a get your feet wet type of exercise. The starters will likely only go a quarter or so and then watch the remainder of the game. So what would you be looking for if you were a coach on that sideline?
Well, I think that since it's a get your feet wet type of exercise, the game plan is going to be fairly simple. And what you want to see is how your quarterback has absorbed things. Is he making the right reads? Is he in control and calm while he's out there? And just going through the simple exercise you've given him so far and trying to execute well here in the early going.
On first down, Golden. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run for the first time with Benny Snell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 3rd down, Golden. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Throwing on first down, Golden. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 1st and 10, Golden. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That's a good throw right there, and I know it's just the preseason, but let's face it, these reps are important for him. He's trying to learn a new playbook, hopefully mesh with his new receiving core. I know it's a lot to ask, but so far, he's looking pretty good.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again, Golden. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Fryer move from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are on the board 1st here this afternoon.
Oh, that's a great throw right there. And this is why this organization felt like they could sign him in the offseason and give him the keys to the offense. His decision-making has been top-notch.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And this is incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
On second down, it's Snell. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Golden. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Golden. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Anthony Miller from 13 yards out. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successful.
It's a win here for the Steelers, and it was their veteran quarterback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Yeah, that's a good throw right there, and our understanding is that he's probably going to play the bulk of this first half. It's only the second week of the preseason, but you can already see the connection he's got with his receivers and tight ends. And he's clearly enjoying himself so far. That throw, it picks up a first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
To throw on 2nd down. Golden. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. A good throw there, and that's what you want to see from a quarterback trying to cement his spot as a starter. Now, worth pointing out, we're expecting to see this group for the first half of this game only, so they'll get a little more run than they... Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, man.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean. On first down, Golden. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Golden. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, 31 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He already with a couple of touchdowns. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So a look around the... So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. to start the drive. Golden. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. After a week's worth of preparation, probably not prepared for this. You throw the pick 6, and now you're behind the 8 ball here. See if they can rally 1st and 10. A first carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Back to throw. Golden. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Golden. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Golden. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week. And now out come the Steelers. Throwing on 1st down. Golden. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And I know this is a quarterback who's looking forward to week 1. He's going to get a chance here, barring injury, to be their starter and to go into a season in the #1 spot for the first time in his career. But he's put the work in over his first 4 years in the league, and it feels like this is his time.
They get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. They'll run again with Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's had his struggles. to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st and 10, Golden. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Golden. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So he gets caught trying to extend the play, and he ends up watching them score. That pick six just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard. Throwing after the interception. Golden. That swung out wide to Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Golden. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On 1st down, Golden. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Throwing on 1st down, Golden. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw on 2nd down, Golden. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. He'll try to shake off the cobwebs from the interception he threw on the previous drive that led to the field. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. On the give, this is Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
He was brought down to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Golden. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And this one too low.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Golden. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and we The Steelers set to take over, and Ben Roethlisberger, of course, now in retirement after 18 seasons on the job.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, Golden. Complete. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. So, Charles, we talk about the new man under center, and he comes into this game with an 8-5 record as a starter over his first 4 years in the NFL. But the difference now, this is the first time that he's been the opening week starter.
Well, you certainly talked about it. You alluded to it. He's shown flashes over the last 4 years. But after we've been in at this point, a very small sample size. 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, thrown another 4 scores on the ground. It's certainly a limited body of work. But now, for at least one season, he's the man here. And it's the opportunity he's been waiting for.
And he'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25. You know, partner, we talked to this young man earlier in the week, and he went on and on about how his experience backing up Derek Carr for the last 4 years put him in the position he's in now as a starter.
He sure did, because he went on and on about how Derek Carr is the definition of a true professional, and how despite year in and year out noise surrounding Derek Carr about whether he was a Super Bowl caliber starting quarterback or not, Carr never wavered, showed up at work, tried to unite the team, make everyone better, make himself better, and he said he wanted to be that same kind of presence now that he's a QB1.
3.5 to go, first quarter. They hand this off to Harris. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 21 yards away. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener.
All right, give him 6 on that one. Touchdown pass, and his first one as the acknowledged starter. We all know the effort he put into all of this, the patience he had waiting around for his spot. Now he's taking that opportunity, throwing his first touchdown pass of the season, and he hopes that's the first of many, many more.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. You talk more about this new quarterback, Charles. What are the challenges you see for him taking over as the Week 1 starter?
Partner, you bring up the challenges. Let's go with what we know already. He's produced in limited opportunities, and we've also seen that he has a flair for the big moment. 2 of his 8 wins, they came in primetime games. On the flip side, getting to know the playbook, understanding his teammates, relating to them. Can he also make the most of his talents as the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. His interception on that last drive set the other guys up pretty good. They had solid field position. They cashed him with a touchdown. Now he's got to try to get things right here. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Oh, yeah, that's a good throw right there. This is a big game for this man at quarterback. He's a QB1 to start the year for the first time in his career. And he's determined not to let this opportunity get away from him.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Golden. It's brought in by Harris. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. CD, you've got Manny Kahue calling the shots for this offense. His 2nd year as an offensive coordinator in the league. How do you see his crew on this side of the ball performing this year?
Well, partners, you and I both know, and everyone else around the league, Manny was a popular head coaching candidate for this year. But he told all the teams he was interested in remaining a coordinator for a bit so he could continue to grow in the job. As far as his offense this year, he's really optimistic about what they can do because he loves the talent on that side of the ball. And one other thing, Manny Kahue, a young, bright offensive mind, he'll be a head coach before long when he's ready to do it.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line... Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
All Trey Hendrickson did in his first season in Cincinnati was set the team's new single-season record with 14 sacks. In his last 2 seasons, one in New Orleans, he's become one of the best in the league.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. You know Carter Landry is on the sideline smiling after that one. Remember, the former tight end joined Manny Kahue's offensive staff this spring, and he has been a big advocate of getting the tight ends involved in the passing game.
Yeah, we remember him as a solid tight end in this league for a number of years, and while his playing days just ended, he jumps right into the coaching ranks. And I think he's a great fit and a great get for this offensive staff. With his knowledge and experience, I think he can move up quickly over the next few years.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he finds Beasley complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Back to throw again. And just not enough on the throw there. Got around his feet and incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Golden. And he rifles one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Looking to throw. Golden. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
That's the kind of throw that they're looking for right there, and that's a big reason why the management, the general manager, the head coach, they all believed in this guy going into the offseason.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on the last. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
A final shot before break. Golden. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So all right, we will. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun. Golden. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Golden. And this one caught by Beasley. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And you think he personally is evaluating his game? Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And he fires one incomplete.
Like certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Harris. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He only got a yard, but that was enough to do the job. Now here's another carry for Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. 63 yards receiving for him now. That last catch good enough for a 1st down.
He's a fan favorite when he plays at home. Every time he makes a big-time play, you can hear him shout, "Muth," from the stands. Pittsburgh, they love it. A lot of comparisons to Heath Miller as a rookie, and he contributed 7 touchdown catches. Now he contributes a 1st down with that grab.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They run with Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Harris. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to jump a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. And all about timing there on that short. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Ooh, the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. Here's Freiermuth again. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's back to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Harris. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. This was not just the opener of a brand
down.